Hello, good to have you on the program. This time it's the Polity on KAFTAN television. And of course, each time we come on the program, the Polity, what we do is to discuss the things that have to do with the matters affecting the polity. And so today we will do the same, not wasting any time. We'll go straight into talking about what you will be hearing on the program today. Okay, go here, by the way. And I'll let you know that I have two women with me on the program today, so I am blessed among women. And what I will say is that before you get to meet them, I want to let you know that there are certain things that have to do with, of course, now that you know that there are women here, something has to do with women. Is that not? That's one thing I'm sure you do know. And so today we'll talk about it. The Nigerian government is considering a constitutional amendment to reserve elective seats for women in a bid to boost female representation in governance. Currently, women hold less than 5% of legislative seats in Nigeria, despite making up nearly half of the country's population. Not just only do they make up half of the country's population, they also make up more than half of the country's voting population. Incidentally, a lot has happened that the women seem not to be involved, in spite of the fact that they have this huge number that is a big plus to them. Well, the proposed reserve seat in National Assembly, they intend to say that 10% of the seats, that is 55 in the House of Representatives and 27 in the Senate, would be reserved for women, while 5% will go to the persons with disabilities. It's all part of it. Then in the states, in state assemblies, 3 additional seats per state would be reserved for women, resulting in 108 new seats across the country. Alternative proposals too, they have. Another bill proposes 1 additional seat per state, including the Federal Capital Territory, to be reserved for women in both chambers of the National Assembly, and 3 additional seats reserved for women in each state house of assembly. These are the things that we are going to talk about today. And then someone would ask, what is the rationale behind this? Well, I think I will reserve that until we get to talk about it with women. But let me just say a bit of it. That the low representation of women in governance contributes to systemic neglect of issues like sexual violence, maternal health, education for girls, and social protection, among many others. Now, countries with higher female representation consistently score better on education, healthcare, environmental protection, and anti-corruption indices. That does not mean that women are not involved in corruption. But the fact is that majority can stand to see that corruption does not thrive wherever they are found. Well, that is it. We'll still talk about this and a whole lot more. But I won't want to, as I said, take much of your time of talking about this. I will want to go straight to letting you know, or rather meet the women with whom I will be on the program. I'm already on the program with today. And one of them is a politician. The other one is not. But you get to know what she is, for which she is here to. And that one, that is a politician, happens to be the national women leader of a political party in Nigeria. And not just is she the women leader, national women leader of that particular political party. I also found out that there are women leaders in political parties all across the country, all the political parties. Now, at a stage, they all had to meet. You know, women, they know how to meet. And so they met again, and in their meeting, they decided in that meeting to have their own leader. I'm talking about the person that will be the leader of the national women leaders all over the country. So she is the numero uno women leader in Nigerian politics. That is the person I have on the panel with me today. I'm talking about somebody you'll be glad to meet. Very soft-spoken, very simple, but very powerful. please, I introduce Dudu Manuga. She is the women leader. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much, and thank you also for inviting me on the program.
Right. Next to her, I have another woman, as I said, who is not a politician, but then I would say she's the mother of many politicians because she is a spiritual mother. She's a minister of the gospel. But apart from that, she is also a health coach. But this time I'm talking about mental health coach. You know, when you talk about the fact that for a while the women have been around and I don't know what to say, but I would say that they don't bother to get involved in politics or that they feel very easily knocked off. I don't know which. They will help me to understand more today. And we need to look at their mental health to see how mentally capable or stable these women are, and to find out whether there is something in them that is making them run away from it, saying, I don't want to be involved because I'm a woman. Well, someone will help us understand more of it. And so this is Tayo Lani. Tayo Lani is the mental health coach here with us. You're welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. Now we want to look at it again, the topic for today, and that's talking about special elective seats for women. We've talked about it. I want to ask, Dudu, why do you think there is need for this special seat for women in elective positions in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. You've already started giving
yes, some of it, yes.
Yes. But let us look at how things have been going for women in Nigeria. We have been in this patriarchal system in all spheres of life, and that patriarchal system has not been fair to the Nigerian women. In some families, when they have to take a decision on who goes to school and who stays back, maybe resources are not enough, they will tell the girl child to stay back, and the boy, you go to school. So this is just one of the examples. There are so many things, and that is because our society has always had a stronger leaning towards the males than the females. And that is why women have not been given the opportunities that come to men, you know, just free of charge, so to speak. Though these opportunities are always available for men, but for women, they don't just come easily. Women have to fight for it. Women have to struggle for it. Women have to lobby for it. You know, I was listening to Mr. Dr. Otiv Ibuzo.
Yes, Otiv, yes.
And he was saying, he was talking on Tuesday Live, and he said, women began to vote in Nigeria in 1979 elections. But men have been voting.
All years.
Men have been voting way before then. But women, it was only 1979 that they began to vote in general elections in Nigeria. Chairman Mao said something. Chairman Mao of China.
Yes.
He said, women hold up half the sky.
Exactly.
Let me say, women are supposed to hold half the table. So if half of the table is hardly there, is too weak to be able to hold its own side, that means we have stunted growth, we have stunted development, you know, because that other half is not functioning as it should. And yes, like you reeled out, statistics show that women are almost half of the population. Women are more as registered voters than the men. So if we are the voters, we have almost half of the population. Why is it that when you come to the table of governance, we are not found? If we are found, it's such a minute percentage, almost negligible in many places. About 15 of the state houses of assemblies don't even have one female member. Unfortunately, my state is involved in this sad situation. Very unfortunate. But you see, that is where we are. if you look at the statistics in Africa, the position of Nigeria is sharing the 3rd position from the bottom with a place like Eritrea that has been topsy-turvy all along, so not even stable to be able to bring women on board. And Niger Republic that is under a military regime. That is where we are. We were just discussing, was it yesterday, with our national youth leader, and he said, even the 4 women you people have had in the Senate, now 1 is almost gone.
Yes, 1 is almost gone.
1 is almost gone. So 4 out of 109, and now it's 3.
Now it's 3.
And they are even threatening her. You cannot come back, you know. So that is where we are coming from. The society has been patriarchal, right from our grandfathers, great-grandfathers, you know. The society has been patriarchal, leaning more towards men. So because of that, you see, when you sit on a table to have a conversation, especially on that which concerns development of a people, of a nation, you need the voices of the different segments, so that when decisions are taken, the decisions taken will cover everybody. Now imagine a State House of Assembly that has no female member, and is a man that is chairman of the Women Affairs Committee. What can that man say about the issues of women? When, now that we are having IDPs and other challenges like that, and these IDPs have left everything and come to the camps, how many men will remember that those women need sanitary pads? They may remember wrappers, which is a basic clothing. And so those things, but how many will say, these women will need wrappers, or let us provide wrappers? Or how many remember, there are children in those camps, those children will need diapers? How many men remember such things? It takes a woman to remember such things. So you see, because we've been having this development that has not been complete, because other voices are not heard, we need to have more women on the table. So when decisions are taken, the decisions taken will have the voices of women coming from the women's angle that will add value to whatever decision will be taken eventually.
Okay. Thank you so much, Izu.
Sorry, before we go further, I need to correct something.
Okay, go ahead.
There was something you said, and I want to correct it.
Okay.
Yes, we have a forum of all national women leaders, but I'm not the leader of the forum.
Oh, I see.
Yes, it's the PDP women leader that is the president of our forum.
Okay.
And we came together because of these issues of women to increase women's representation in leadership in Nigeria. Yes.
Thank you so much. Well, that's it. Well, you see, they came together because of these issues that have to do with women. I would want to ask Tayolani, what is the problem with women that has made it that it's true that Dudu has just said something, that we are patriarchal in nature. That's it. But even at that, why is it that the women seem to have relaxed and they don't even want to fight, apart from now that they're struggling to get it? Because I know that in the history of this country, it was only under Goodluck Jonathan that we had a great number of women in the National Assembly and even in governance all through. And after that, it's, of course, under the administration that came immediately after him, it was so bad. And even now that we have an administration that we would have been thinking that, they will have a lot here, I don't know what's happening. We have few of them in the cabinet, that is as ministers and all that. But apart from that, there may be something basically wrong, or is there something basically wrong with women that has made them always want to accept this second fiddle kind of position they keep playing? I'm asking you because you know about the mental health of human beings. How is their thinking? Tell us, please.
All right, thank you very much for this opportunity. Right from time, women have long been underestimated in intellectual and leadership capacity. And the real barrier is not in capacity, but in systemic bias and cultural stereotypes and culture and structural inequality. So it's a tradition. They've made us to they've given us, there's a mindset that they fed us with that we are supposed to be under, we are supposed to be subservient. And then because we just want to, obey the law, they said submit. So you just want to be there. You just don't want to, But there are a lot of women that are craving so that their voice can be out there. But a lot of, because of the systemic bias and the cultural stereotypes, that's what keeps, making the women to stay under and wouldn't want to come out. And as a result, a lot of women started going through low self-esteem. Some, they have it in them, but they cannot just voice out because of the culture, because of the stereotype, you understand, the cultural stereotype that has already been placed on a woman. But despite history shows that women excel in leadership, governance, and peace building. Women are excelling so much in that. And research in psychology and leadership shows no difference in intellectual capacity between men and women. In psychology, both men and women have both the same capacity to be able to undergo through the stress, because politics has to do with a lot of focus, a lot of intellectual, a lot of stress, and so much capacity that needs to be a lot of resilience. And women bring emotional intelligence, resilience, negotiation skills, and empathy qualities vital for leadership. So, we are multitasking as women, and women have the ability to do different things at the same time. We are wired for that. So, because most times people look at women, that women are not capable of doing, so certain things. Like I mentioned in one of our broadcasts, I said there was a time I went for an interview, and there were a lot of men there and there were a lot of women there, and I was one of the women that was there. I was pregnant that period, and when we got to the interview table, they were laughing. They were telling me, "Madam, what do you want to do with this heavy with this heavy load where you carry?" The way they say, with this heavy load that you carry. I said, just give me the job and I will be able to, let you see what I can deliver. And just for being pregnant, they said, "Madam, so sorry." They didn't even interview me. They didn't ask any question. They just said, "Madam, please go and rest. When you deliver, you come back." And, and many organizations are not giving women jobs because they feel women are full of excuses. Women will take a maternity leave. They will take a menstrual cycle leave. Pain. We normally have menstrual pain and all those things. Yes. Before you know, I'm sick, now I'm having headache, my leg is paining me. Now the women are full of excuses. Mood swings, and then they feel weary. But I want to let us know that women still go through those pain and still are productive. We go through, we are having menstrual cramps, we still attend to our children, we still attend to our husbands, we still go to work, we still do a lot. It's just when it becomes so, when it's emergency, that's where we now take excuses and all that. Although I'm not speaking to some women that could be very lazy, but there are women that are very hardworking and determined that when they want to achieve something, they make up their mind to achieve it. So I'll basically say it's as a result of all this cultural, systemic, bias that people have towards women that has made women to remain under and wouldn't want to come out. And that has resulted to a lot of women going through low self-esteem. And all they want to do is just to hide under a man. Meanwhile, they are capable of doing it. And just the little leadership role we do within our homes shows that women can do much more. And thank God for people like what do you call it, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Yes, thank God, see women like that. We have women like Angela Merkel from Germany.
I'll come to tell you about them. We'll talk about them because that's one major thing I also have in mind.
Yes.
Don't mention them yet. I'll return to you, so we'll talk about them.
Let me add a little to what my sister has said.
Okay.
You see, one of the things that make women to stay back is the violence in politics.
Okay, violence.
Issue of violence. And let me just say, violence, not just physical violence. There is psychological violence as well. Imagine a woman who is aspiring for a position and then because the woman is not married, and then they go and put her picture or name or even design a wedding card with somebody in the opposition party to say this woman is going to marry. They have even given them the date, and there is nothing like that. This is also a form of violence.
Just to discredit the woman.
Exactly. We don't see that happening to men. And even when it happens, the men will say, so what? Or the world will say, so what? He's a man. But the women say, oh, she's in this party. She's going to marry this man in the other party. And when she marries, she will decamp to that other party. And then, so don't vote for her. Don't support her. So you see, that one is also another thing that inhibits women. And also our politics in Nigeria is heavily capitalized. Money matters. And a lot of women who have the desire, they desire to go into politics, but they have that handicap of finances. So that is also something that inhibits women from coming out.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I just add another thing?
Okay, go ahead.
Sexual harassment too. Women are always sexually harassed. You want a position, but it will come just on a platter of gold. Somebody will want to take advantage of that woman to be able to. I've heard, we've seen a lot, even in the NGO I work with, we've seen, you know, all those kind of sexual harassment. Before they will give you a job, they will expect that woman to come and sleep, or you understand, even in political positions, there are a lot of, yes, just because a woman wants to vie for a seat or a position, so they sexually harass her, and that threatens her, especially women that are decent, that are not into that, so they tend to pull backwards too.
Okay. Looking at the fact that it is in the hands of women, I want to say, to get other women up. Why I say this is that we have seen on many occasions where women who eventually found strength to come up for elections or they'll do their campaign and all that. At the end of the day, knowing that women are more than the men in that voting exercise, you still see that the man triumphs over that woman. I want to ask, why didn't these other women vote for their fellow woman to get that position? Because we are saying about patriarchy, yes, I agree. But what about the fact that the women themselves have become the problem of fellow women? Dudu, in politics, I hear people have been talking to women everywhere to try to, how do you say it? Women supporting women. Yes. How far has that gone? Because this is part of the things that should and would enable the emergence of women in electioneering campaign programs.
Well, on that issue, the men have been drumming it into our ears for so many years, especially when Sarah, Madam Sarah Jibril, came up to vie for the position of the president. They said, how come she got only one vote?
Which means she voted for herself.
You see, let me explain one thing. Political parties and in their campaigns and mobilization of support for their candidates, they want to push the best person. Now, if in party A, there's a very strong man, and in party B, there is a woman who is not so strong. I'm talking about mustering followership and all that. And you look at the chances of the person being able to win, and you see that this one doesn't have what it takes. Yes, I'm a women leader. Before then, I have been in the gender activism world for over 10 years. Okay. But looking at it from the political aspect, every political party wants to win. And so what will they say if they see that they are not able to bring out a strong woman and they have a strong man? They would tell their women to vote for the man because they want to win eventually. It's all about winning for political parties. And then again, I have contested for the House of Reps in my state. And I know at that time, a lot of women also came out to say, oh, I'm contesting. But you see, one thing I have found out, not all women who say I want to contest really intend to go the long haul. to get that seat. Some of them come out with the intention that after everything, if their party wins, they will consider them for an appointment. They are not really all out to win. Yes, there are some that are all out to win, I agree. But I'm just giving you some of the issues around women that come out to contest. So I don't just take it that women don't support women. So there are some of these issues that are paramount. And then, yes, when the women come out, and some even pick the ticket, and they go to contest, still, let me tell you, the voters, and even the female voters, will also look at, if I vote for this one, will my vote
count?
Not just count. Will it help this person to win, or will it be wasted votes when others will prefer not to vote for her?
That other person, yes.
So you see, we have these challenges, and I think women have started the campaign that, look, I remember one of the conversations I was at with some people, and we're all women, and the women said, look, we need to reach a point where we'll tell ourselves, it doesn't matter the party this person is from. Because, you know, the party also matters, because we're a party when you are on the platform of a party that can protect your interests. Because, you see, Nigerian elections have reached a stage where almost everything is finalized at the courts, not at the ballot box. You know, so they will now look at, can the party protect this person's candidature or result? Because almost everybody will always eventually go to court. You know, so, you know, these things matter. Some of the parties are not strong enough to help protect the woman. Maybe she won, and then the result is given in favor of somebody. Before even the courts, there's a need to now take the matter to court to fight and say, look, I won, and prove it. But if she doesn't have the resources, and the party also doesn't have the resources, because going to court is not a child's play. You have lawyers, you have to pay, you know, so many things are going into it, logistics. And sometimes some of those women just say, let me let go. Even when you know you won, you just say, let me let go. So there are those things. But yes, women are now saying we need to support ourselves. Let us reach a point where we say, as long as it is a woman on the ballot, irrespective of the party, let us push this woman forward.
Just, you know, you mentioned something, that there are some states, which is true anyway, there are some states where you do not have a woman in the assembly.
Yes.
And when they talk about women affairs, a man becomes the chairman of the Women Affairs Committee, and other men will be members of that committee. There's no woman there.
Some years ago, you had in some states a man being the commissioner for women affairs. Some years back we had that in Nigeria. So, you know, these things are not right.
They're not.
They're not right. And that is why the issues of us women are coming to say, look, if we hold up half the sky, if we're almost 50-50 in the population of Nigeria, I think it's about 49.5. So why can't you allow us to also bring our own contribution to nation building, bring our own contributions to development of Nigeria? You see, because in school, some women even beat men in the class. In fact, not some, many. Many beat the boys in the class. Some take first position, some second, some third, and then leaving the boys to take the 40th position and all that. How come nobody talks there and says, no, the boys have to be at the front? You know, we go through from nursery school, primary school, and we find that in all those stages of education, showing that women's brains are not lower in capacity than those of men. So you see, the issue that she mentioned earlier, culture, tradition, a lot of times they also come in. Some men, you know, the opinion leaders, the godfathers, the gatekeepers of some communities or some parties will say, no, we cannot have a woman representing us from. Oh, don't we have men? So now if they say, who is the leader it is a woman that will be the leader for us, men. So we now come and be bowing before her to greet her. So, we have all these issues that are working against it. But I tell you, the thought pattern of the women and then the actions are changing. Because we've realized that if we don't stand to support ourselves, in the end, we will have no woman in any legislature, at the national or at the state. If we don't support ourselves, we will not have it. So instead of saying, pull her down syndrome, as they used to say in those, no, lift her up now.
Yes.
We are lifting each other up. And that is why the Forum of National Women Leaders was formed. National Women Leaders of registered political parties, all 19 of us are there. And we have told ourselves, yes, we agree, we are from different parties, we have our focus, we have our manifestos, we have the things that we are pursuing as a political party. But when it comes to the issue of women, we are putting partisanship aside. And we're saying we are all standing on the same page to ensure that women stand with women and push for increased representation of women in governance.
Thank you. These days, there was something you mentioned I need to also stress and bring something else out of it. Talking about women in schools, and then they beat the men, or say the female gender beating the male gender in their classes. Even on a physical note, I know of somebody who used to be so strong. I don't think the strength was taken away from her. She used to beat boys, yes, physically speaking. She used to beat boys anyhow.
Wow.
That boys don't get mad and get to her. When their madness sees her, it will clear.
It will come.
Yeah, because if not, she would deal with them. Incidentally, this young lady got married. And let me say she got involved in an abusive marriage. Can you believe that this woman that beats men will now relax and let that husband beat her? And one day I had to ask, what is wrong with you? What about your strength? I have known that you beat males anyhow. Beat that one now. He said, no, he is my husband. There's nothing I can say until he kills you. Is that what you want? Until he kills you, then you know that you should defend yourself. It went on that way. It went on that way, and it got to a point that, as we speak now, they are separated.
Better for her than stay there and be killed.
I am telling you, if it were my own daughter, I would beat my daughter for letting that man beat her, since she has the strength to beat others also.
But another thing I would like to say is that mentally she has been dealt with. She has been tortured. She has been conquered mentally. And with the messages she hears, maybe from her parents, telling her, as a woman, don't try it. A woman, that's what we call the culture we're talking about. A woman who should submit no matter what your husband does. Don't question him, no matter what he does. Accept the whatever he dumps on you. Accept anything he does to you. He's the head. You should not question his authority. And sometimes men go wrong, and still they will still say, don't question. So that thing has built something inside of her that mentally she has absorbed that mentally, and that's affected her. So even when she wants to react, she will just remember those words, and that will now hold her hands, and she won't be able to do anything. A lot of women are going through those abuses. They beat them up, they deal with them, but still they are still there. They still say, it's my husband, and let me endure, let me do this, and all that. And they keep going through pain, they keep going through, torture and all that. But because of that mindset, that tradition that has already been put in still inside of them mentally, so that thing has captured their memory that they cannot even act. Even if they want to act, they will say, let them not come and say, I'm a bad woman, I'm beating a man. Let them not come and say, I'm this, I'm doing this. Yeah. I remember there was one of our long-term, I think, daughters, one of daughters in faith in the Lord, who worked with me. She was my first PA, she's a taekwondo, I think black belter. She's a black belter. So she told us about her husband, she wanted to marry, and she finally married the man. And when she married the man, she believed, you know, she had already told her when she was getting married, they said, you know you're a black belter. Don't go and beat the man, oh. Don't go and do this to the man, oh. Go and do. They've told her so much, so she put that in her mind. So the man told lies, told her that he was working as a carpenter. So showed her a fake shop. Meanwhile, it's not his shop. It was a friend's shop. So the man was not sincere from the beginning of the relationship to her. She also does this buying and selling. She sells products. So she goes out under the sun, sit under, because she didn't have a shop. She sits under the sun, goes to parks, she sells her products, and then another man said they've told her you submit everything. So she comes home and gives the man the whole money. So before you know, she had gathered almost 800,000 in the man's hand. And then it was time for them to renew rent. And the man didn't renew the rent. She didn't know, and the man didn't tell her anything. How she was busy submitting money to the man, thinking the man would if she asked money for food, the man would say there's no money for food. There was a point in time, it was time for the rent. The man didn't pay for the rent until the landlord gave them few months, and after the rent had elapsed and they were not for paying, the landlord came and ejected them. And when he was ejecting them, he was not around. He threw her and the children, the two little children, very small babies, maybe like 1 year plus, with a little baby she just gave birth. Children, and it was rainy season, that period. And I remember she called me and was telling me about it. I said, how come? Are you not working again? Is your husband not working? You couldn't raise the rent? And the rent was not even expensive. I think it was just like 100 plus. It wasn't that expensive. She now said, Mommy, you won't believe me. All this talking, don't use your black belt. Mama, I will use my black belt now. I will use this black belt. I will use it now. Mama, you see what people say? You say, do submit, give me the money. I said, who told you that? Did you us that preach that one? Did you tell me to give you all the money? Wisdom is profitable to direct. And then you should have studied him. He said, she feels he will do this. I said, okay, fine. Now it has happened. What's the way forward? How do you get a play? But finally, sir, the man came home. When the man came home, she lifted him up. She used her black belt on him. And immediately the man looked for the money. He produced the money out.
You see? So it's like what you said earlier, the culture.
It's culture.
Because you see, from childhood, there's this indoctrination. This is what a woman is supposed to do. That is why even in the homes, the girl is busy washing plates, learning how to cook. The boy is outside playing football. And even we parents, when we're buying toys, we buy the baby for the girl to learn how to be a mother. You buy the small boy aeroplanes and cars. To learn how to be a man, to be professional. So there's this indoctrination, and just like what you said, there was a time, because I have an NGO in Gombe, so a few years ago, we were in a rural community talking to women about being part of leadership, governance, and how it is important it is for women to step in. There was this young mother, I think she was in her 20s, with a baby on her back in that community. And she said to me, women are not supposed to be leaders.
Oh, not supposed to.
Said leadership is not for women. I said, oh, did you go to school? She said, yes. Up to what level? She said, JS. I said, okay. Were you all sitting for exams? She said, yes. Were there boys and girls in your class? She said, yes. Were some girls doing better than some of the boys in the class? She said yes. Because what she told me, when I asked her the reason, she said because women have small brains. Somebody told her that.
Yes,
she did not just speak it.
Going on with that.
It's somebody that told her, maybe from home or maybe from her husband, somebody that wanted to keep her down there in life and not to be better, said women have small brains. So she told me, she said women have small brains, so they shouldn't be in leadership. There was a way she said it in Hausa, very funny. It's like, it was, when you say it in Hausa, it was annoying and it was funny. And I told her, I said, no, this is wrong. So you see, there are these kind of cultural things that women are told right from childhood, and you grow up, you don't question such things, you don't ask anybody, how come? Is it a scientific thing? that it was measured scientifically and women were found to have smaller brains. Or what really makes women to have smaller? Nobody interrogates that, especially in rural communities. You just swallow whatever you're given as if it's a pill. And so you grow up and you get married and you also pass it to your own children.
Yeah.
You know, when boys do something, they say, yeah, you are the man. When a girl tries to do anything but say, look, you're a woman, go and sit down. You're a female, go and sit down. You shouldn't be doing this. Is not for females.
It's for men.
It's for the males. Don't do this, don't do that. You know, but we need to also have parents who can help the girls from childhood to have the right mentality, perspective of life. And I think if we do that, it will start helping.
Well, I must say that I have the other side of this same story of the woman that was being beaten by her husband, but stronger. It happened also, this other one was quite stronger than the husband, and the husband was always beating. Then, and incidentally, their home, the girl's parents' home, was quite close to her husband's home. So sometimes while she would be crying, they would be hearing it from their own home. So, and they knew that their daughter was a very strong girl. So one day they went to her or invited her, she came, they told her, you know you can beat this man, don't you? She said, yes, I know. What do you want me to do? They told her, next time, if he wants to start doing all these things, lock up the door. Deal with him very well. After beating him, run, open the door, and start shouting and crying that he has killed you. So that when people come, they'll see you on the ground. And incidentally, that was what she did. And that day, she shouted more than ever before, after beating the husband. Then people came and they were looking. They said, this man, you want to kill this woman? You want to kill this woman? If you don't want, let her go back to her parents' home. The man did not say anything. He was just sitting on the floor and said, he was just breathing. He couldn't do anything. But that was the last of that sort of thing in that home. That they started living well. Because the man understood quite all right that the jinx is broken. If I try again tomorrow, worse things could happen. And that ended the matter. So, okay, now let's look at the fact that we're talking about women in politics and trying to get to have them even take some meaningful positions. Some, you know, there are two schools of thought in this matter, that there should be 3 extra seats for women, just for women. But the other ones, that there should be space for them, not an additional seat, but that the party should make room for women to come in effectively. Which one do you think is better for us? Is it the one that, whether good or bad, there will be 3 seats kept for the women in each state, so that in each state assembly, you will have at least those 3 seats that are kept for them, they will be there. Or will it be better for them to go all out and contest, especially when the means are made available? Because that's another thing I was trying to talk about. Is there not a way there could be a purse that could be kept for the women, so that it would be easy for them to pick money from that purse to contest against the men, number one. Number two, looking at the fact that most of the meetings of these political parties are nocturnal. You meet them at 1 a.m., they are in the meeting, and they will meet from that, maybe from 12 midnight, they will meet till 3:30 a.m. before they start going back. And if there is a woman, the husband will say, why are you going this night? When you're supposed to be here with me, and you're leaving me, saying, I don't understand. You have left the man that is your husband, and you're going to meet other men outside. You say you're meeting with them. Now, it's a problem. Is there anything that could be done? But I know that when there are many more women, you can influence the fact that those meetings will stop being nocturnal. Even if they'll be nocturnal, let them be the things you can use your phones, you know, online meetings, via Zoom and all that. They discuss and conclude. What do you think about this, ma'am?
This is a conversation that has been on for a while. But you see, in every community, there's a culture.
Yes.
In the political community, there's a culture.
There's a culture.
These late night meetings did not start today. Sometimes the men say it is because in the daytime there are other distractions. The night time is a quiet time. Not all women may agree with me, but this has always been my perception or my opinion. That if you say, I want to enter a terrain that I know in the past is not recognized as a women's terrain, I should be ready to step up. Like I told you, I contested in 2015. Well, for the primaries, I didn't pick the ticket, but at least I went through the contest.
Yes.
And I know that all those late night meetings were taking place because after when I didn't pick the ticket, our governor at that time made me the first ever deputy DG of the statewide campaign of the ruling political party.
Okay.
And as the DG of that campaign, I have no reason to say there's a meeting, campaign meeting, and Dudu is sitting down at home and saying, I'm a married woman, I cannot go. First of all, I had my husband's 100% support before I stepped out.
Okay.
There are some times that I go for those meetings with my husband.
He will drive you.
So when I enter, he's in the car with the driver.
Okay.
If he wants to sleep,
he will sleep there.
But to show that he was supporting me. And yes, the meetings, I couldn't do anything about that, and I needed to be there. So he will stand with me because I'll come back at 2 a.m., at 3 a.m., because the meetings sometimes don't start until about 11, 12.
Yes.
You know, and so he supported me fully and ensured that, first of all, there'll be no excuse that, you know, we knew it. She's a woman, she cannot do it. There wasn't that excuse. Nobody could say, she was not coming. I was always present. Whether the meeting is in the morning, afternoon, evening, or night, I was present. And I don't leave before others.
Yes, you wait.
I will stay until they come to dot the final I of the meeting. And then I live with everybody. In fact, it was at a time, 2015, there was also insecurity in the Northeast.
Yes.
You know, so sometimes those of us going to a certain part of the town, we will all line up, and then the governor will give us security, so you know, one at the back, one in the front, so we're in the middle. When we get to the junction of your house, you branch. You know, we do like that until the last person. So you see, if you say you want to be a female politician, knowing the terrain of politics, the kind of culture, you have to tell yourself, I'm ready to face it. I'm ready to do it, and to even do it better. Because this thing of us, oh, I'm a woman, that is what makes the men not even want to involve us in something. They will bring excuses. They will say this, they will say that. So we need to step up as women, you know, and say, I'm ready. Politics, I have come in, I will do it. Despite the discomfort. These late night meetings are not every day. They're not every day. They're just for a season sometimes. Maybe when politics is the issue of campaigns and everything, I hyper there. Later on, these things subside. So I think, and like you said, if we have more women in leadership,
yes,
even within the political parties,
that will influence,
then we will be able to tone these late night meetings a little. Maybe we cannot stop it. Like they said, they prefer such time as is quiet, less disturbance. Maybe instead of finishing at 3 a.m., can we start earlier?
Yes.
And close by 12.
Yes, starting at 8 and closing at 12, something like
so
that.
Maybe we can influence such things.
Oh, well, we will just observe a little break right now. We will return and continue from there before we get back to Tao for another side of this same story. And so we'll take this time out and then we will return. Not only when we return, we'll continue, we will also not learn from them, let people call and say, let you call and tell us what you think about what we're discussing today. Let's go.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at KAFTAN Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
we blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At KAFTAN TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria.
And around the world to create signal.
At KAFTAN Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at KAFTAN Television,
We imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
we blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At KAFTAN TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria.
And around the world to create signal.
At KAFTAN Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple.
Welcome back. I'm talking about this bill that we are saying, though I'll still return to Dudu. I want to say that the bill has garnered significant support from notable women, stakeholders, and international organizations like the United Nations Development Program. The House of Representatives has received 2,263 bills, with 55 already signed into law, including key reforms. The Senate President and Speaker of the House, they both have expressed support for the bill. And almost every well-meaning Nigerian politician has shown support one way or the other. But then it's the result that will prove which one it is. And I want to ask Dudu, you continue from where you were, but I also want to say, these bills, some people still have not understood it very well. That's why I mentioned there are two. The other one saying 3 seats exclusively for women. The others that they will just contest and get you step down for them. If you were to do the step down, you know it's going to be difficult for the men. But with this other one asking for 3 exclusive seats for the women, I want you to explain it better. Is it going to affect the men?
Let me say no. No, and that is it, no.
No.
Because in every state right now, we have 3 senatorial seats for everybody to contest.
Yes.
Then depending on the number of local governments, we have House of Reps seats.
Yes.
And then same thing also depending on the number of local governments, the states assembly seats are there. What this bill seeks, and that is the most popular thing thing that almost everybody
seems to have accepted.
Yes. Apart from those 3 senatorial seats per state, there will be 1 additional senatorial seat. Then for every state, irrespective of the number of House of Representative seats that exist now, there will be 1 additional House of Reps seat. Then in every state, there will be 3 additional state assembly seats, 1 per senatorial zone. Now these seats that are additional seats will be reserved exclusively for women to contest. And they have to come on the platform of a political party, because our Electoral Act doesn't recognize independent candidature for now. So it's for the political parties to look for their best women and bring them out. Because it's not going to be, okay, all the women in this constituency,
come and contest.
No party, just come on. No, it has. You have to go through the process of your party electing you as their candidate at the primaries, because other women in the party may want to come out. So there has to be that process of primaries, and then the 1 female emerges. So all the women will contest only against each other. No man.
No man will be there.
So nobody's seat is going to be taken. Nobody's seat is going to be. So it's better like that than saying, let everybody contest, men and women, then you give 1 seat to a woman. Which man will want to step down?
There are nobody.
What compensation are you giving him when he steps down? So you see, and a lot of work has gone into this, and experts have looked at even the financial implications, and they've realized that it is quite insignificant, about 1% or so.
Okay.
So it's not a huge burden on the government.
Thank you so much. We would want to ask you to call. Someone is already calling.
Okay.
I wonder what I will do. Okay, let's pick it before we continue to talk to others. Yes? Hello? Hello? Assuming I've lost this. Okay, please call again. Do call, because our line is there for you right now. And we want to hear you and know how you feel or what you think about the topic of discussion today on the program. Thank you so much, Judu, for the way you're bringing it out clearly, because some people who are not quite well versed with these things will think they want to chase the men away. They are not chasing any men away.
It is a temporary measure.
Yes, just for 16 years, yes.
After which there will be a review, and then if there is no need again to continue with that, it will be withdrawn, and the women will now contest with men normally.
Okay, let's take this. Someone has just called. Let's find out who it is. And please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Samson calling from Katsina State.
Samson, you're welcome.
In fact, I love this your program. It's very educative.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I just want to contribute my own quota to what you are saying.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
About should women be inclusive in Nigerian post? That's not what you are saying.
That's it.
You see, we have problem why our women are not inclusive in our offices or in our political issues. You see, number one, we have what is called a religious issue. You know, in Nigeria, we have different types of religion.
Yes.
We have Muslims, we have Christians. And in the northern part, they don't even allow a woman to lead them. So it will be very difficult for a woman in Nigeria, most especially to be either a president in this country. And again, number two, it's not even in Christianity. It was even written in the book of Timothy that we should not even, women should never be in authority over men. And that is what men of Nigeria are capitalizing on. That women, they are to be silent, they are to be submissive to their husband. And another thing again, even the women themselves, they don't like themselves. You know, women are the majority in Nigeria. If all the women should come out and vote for a particular woman, I'm sure that they are going to overcome the men. But they are not ready to come out and vote for themselves. That is why you see the men manipulating them.
Thank you.
And again, another thing is that when they talk of maybe a presidency, look at the money that they use to buy form. Before you can become a president, you have to obtain with a huge amount of money. Where do they want women to get those money? So I think all those things should be sliced up. We need to do things about it so that our women also can also take part in our political arena. Because women, they are honest. They are honestly more than men. I'm telling you. If you have a woman, if God bless you, a woman, you will see the way a woman takes care of their parents and the men. So women should be inclusive, and our leader should give them chance. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you. On a soft note, I want to say something. Well, were you through before? We were saying before we called?
Yeah, I think basically.
Okay. Talking about this inequality and all that, we have in the soccer world, in the football world, in the sports world, what is happening today is just the women that are everywhere. Nigerian women.
And
they are the ones that have got both the senior and the junior athletes got gold, and all that. In fact, on one, they got gold, silver, bronze. You know, this African thing they did here in Nigeria, and it was beautiful. And our males, I don't know what's happening. Okay, let's answer this. Hear this one first. Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
I want to give you a call. I want to place a call on KAFTAN TV.
Go ahead. You're already on it. Just tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay. So.
And just have to leave one of your TV set. That's all.
I'm Yomi from Lagos.
Okay, Yomi. Just stay away from the TV set.
So this is my contribution.
Okay,
am I clear this?
Yes. But you can reduce the volume of your TV set, or you stay away from it.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Yomi.
This is my contribution. It is not just about maybe like, it is not a free, leadership is not a free something that is given. Even no matter the amount of tickets or so that they try to leave out for women, even as men, even individually as men, you have to do extra things to ever become a leader. It is not something that if anybody is giving you anything, then nobody will give you something above them. They will give you something that they will be able to still say you are within their reach or something. So if any woman or if women really want this, it takes more than what it like. I have no issue about women being inclusive in government, but I do not simply think women or I'll let see that woman that's what it takes to become a leader. Firstly, you have to have the stomach for violence, whether you accept this or not. It is something about leadership. You have to how many women can have the stomach for violence that men have? Let's even talk about this country, Nigeria here. Both the bad politicians and the let me not say bad politicians, but the kind of politicians that we have, let's put it that way. We have to have the stomach for violence in order to be able to reach to anything. The only thing that having that stomach for violence now means that okay, you should do that violence, but you have to have that capacity for violence. So that is one. And also, I would also like to just point out that in America, it was when they actually included women. One of the things that men look about in women in terms of leadership is even judgment of the leadership. In America, when they included women into they made it they included women into the legislation, something about the legislation, and then that was when the bill of gay it was the vote of women that surpassed the men in that district that actually now made the bill of gayism and lesbianism pass, now making it what it is legally now in the country America. This judgment is something that this is one of the judgments that men are looking at that. You know, like, if you become leaders, what kind of judgment, what kind of leadership, what kind of this thing will you take? That may not be in the light of Nigeria, but something in that light, what I'm trying to just point about. That was it was when women were included in the law of something. That was when the law of when gayism was passed, and that was when the women vote was also passed and what made gayism what it is in Nigeria. So your judgment as well also counts. So all of these things, what I would like to talk about. I would like to hear your response about this.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yemi. Well, we'll still talk. He wants to hear what we think about that. Having the heart, or what's it called, the stomach for violence. I don't think we need that. What do you think? Yeah.
We don't need, in fact, women should come and tone down the violence in the political space. But you know, research has shown that women in leadership, women in decision-making positions, they add value to the things that concern them most are like education, you know, family, things that will promote the family, you know, the well-being, social welfare, things like that.
Yes.
Women don't promote violence.
They shouldn't, in actual fact. And you know, they say that when you train a woman, you train a generation or a nation, and a lot more. Yes, let's, please, before we... Just, okay, go ahead. We've lost that. We will call back.
Okay, women bring emotional intelligence. And then we have these resilience and negotiation skills. There's a way, we don't always go the way of violence.
You
want to negotiate.
Okay, this fellow has come back. Let's just take it and you will continue. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Am I also KAFTAN TV?
You are, and we want to know your name and where you're coming from.
Okay, my name is Pride. I'm coming from Abuja.
I can hear.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I want to thank KAFTAN TV for the opportunity. I want to comment your guests, Tayo and Kudu. They're doing a nice job. Okay, my contribution is based on something Tayo said that about abuse and girls are abused. And in a system where our center focus is always on the female gender, they should also focus on the male gender too. The male gender are also abused. Male gender are always abused. Just that male gender don't talk. Most of them are abused at home. Most of them are abused in society. They are being abused, but society are not putting effort or putting interest in them. They are only focusing on the female gender. So I feel like this should be corrected, and also they should also be a center focus. The focus should also be channeled to the both gender, both male and female. So that is my contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bright. But the truth is that the main reason for which that has not been mentioned is that it's women participation we're talking about today. But it's okay, we've taken note of it. Yes, you conclude what you were talking about.
Okay, like I was saying, I said that women bring emotional intelligence, negotiation skills, we have empathy, you know, and we bring those qualities vital in leadership. We always don't want the way of violence. We always want to negotiate. It's when it's not working with the negotiation, that's when you begin to see women turn into violence. But most times, we have all those skills, negotiation skills, we have empathy, we have
this, please?
Intelligence.
Thank you. Just a minute. Let's see. Yes, hello?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Is that KAFTAN Television?
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yemi Asaju is my name. I'm calling from Kwara.
Okay, go ahead, Yemi. You are on the program, The Polity.
Yes, before I was watching the program before our light went off. Okay. I think it has to do with considering women for special seats.
Yes.
Okay, sir. This is my contribution, sir.
Go ahead.
You see, Nigeria is a country that is blessed with intelligent, brilliant, and highly resourceful women who can stand shoulder to shoulder with men. You see, we have the likes of Dr. Okonjo-Iweala, Aminat, late Dr. Akuyile, and so many others, just to mention a few. However, sir, I will not subscribe to any arrangement that will concede special seats to women, elective position for that matter. Rather, they should be given the level playing field to fight and merit positions. If they are dashed positions, they may not be accorded the deserving respect. It may lead to complacency, ego boosting, low productivity, and abuse. How will their own constituency, for instance, if it has to do with a National Assembly or State House of Assembly, how will government create their own constituency that will prevent men from contesting there? Then how will you convince a man that is well qualified for a position to step down because a woman is contesting? You see, our women are not suffering from eclipse of the brain or bereft of ideas of what to do at every given circumstance. Let them fight for and merit any position they so desire. Thank you, sir. This is my small submission.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for your great submission. Thank you so much. I also want to say thank you so much. Just listen and hear the rest. When I was talking, you mentioned something that has to do with these names. And why I said let it be for a while is that Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, she was a woman and she did things. And what is it that has happened? I remember that there was a time Akunyele was being touted to come for presidency, and she said, please let me be, it's not time yet for me to do this. Let me still serve where I am and all that. And a lot. What do you have to say about them? Does it mean that their own mental ability is higher than the rest of the women?
We all have the same mental ability. We all have the same mental ability. It's just what, sometimes when you have support, like mommy mentioned that her husband supported her, went with her to the meeting point, sleep in the car. How many men are doing that? When you have full support, full backing, women will be available. Those women that are out there, their men are supporting them. But when you don't have support, full support, of course you will draw back. You will want to be part of it. So that's just what I have to say about that. So we all have the same capacity, and we all have to, just like the guy said, that we should all fight for the position we desire. Of course, women are fighting. Well, they are coming out. We are happy that women are coming out. But those elective positions is not because we cannot contest with the men. It's just a special, just for to encourage women, so that women can and then they are not bashing the seats. They are going to vote. We are going to vote the women. Like in a party, they are going to do their primaries, bring out the best, and other parties will do the same, and then they will all compete. And then yes, they will still buy their forms. Am I right? Thank you. So
we give them the form for free.
Yes, so we are still going to fight for it. It's just going to be between women to women, not women to men. That's just the only thing I see about it.
We have seen many great women like that. So I know that this nation is not bereft of wonderful women, excellent women. They are there everywhere. It's just let the opportunity be given to them. As Tudu said, there's one particular point she raised earlier, that violence is what is making them to stay away. Let's try and see the best way. Let the government put things in motion to enable women come. That's what they're asking for. They're not asking for too much. Let the enabling environment be kept for them. Don't take away violence. And let there not be too much money, for them to be able to come and do what they need to do. I think that's what it is. Well, we will be going towards rounding off, but as I was saying, that we have had women in sports doing better. Even the FIBA, our girls went and brought the trophy for Africa here, and our boys tried and they couldn't get to the semi-finals, and a lot has happened in so many ways. So there are no reasons for which people should stay, and but rather there are reasons for us to encourage our women to come out, as many as are that have the mind to do it, are willing to do that, let them be encouraged so as to come out and do more.
Can I just say something in
Yes.
response to what I think it was Samson from Katsina
Okay,
State,
yes, okay.
bringing the angle of religion.
Yes, religion.
Religion. The two major religions in Nigeria, there is none of them that categorically says women shouldn't be in leadership, any form of leadership or governance at all. No. And even where he talked about, that the Bible says women should submit.
Yes.
The same Bible says, submit yourselves to one another.
Yes.
So men also submit.
Yes.
Women also submit.
That's
so
correct.
I think we need to have an understanding of what scripture means, whether in Islam or in Christianity. Because if you just pick one thing and begin to hype it out of context, it will not help you or another person you want to explain it to. But let us understand everything about that verse or that passage of scripture and have a proper interpretation.
Yes.
Just have the interpretation. But if we are talking about leadership, I'm a Christian, so let me talk from the Christian perspective. In the Old Testament days, when there were more women seen than heard, Deborah was a ruler.
Yes.
She was both spiritual leader and a political leader, to the extent that a man said, I will not go to war if you don't come with me. So let us not say, no, Christianity is against women being at the top. When it comes to the issue of women should not speak,
It's Paul that said it.
it is Paul. And there was a reason. You see, when you go deep and you read books and understand these things, it's not that women, when they go to church, they should even shut up. No. I don't want us to go into all that because that is not our topic for today. That's why I said we need to understand the context within which some scriptures are written, and we also need to understand actually what was the real meaning behind it, so to help us. But I believe Christian and Muslim women have been in leadership positions, and
in
some of them have done that. Amina is a Muslim. She's there doing us proud at the United Nations.
Yes, Ngozi is a Christian. And she's doing it.
And we did not hear of their imams or their pastors coming to say, no, we are going against the will of God. So let us understand how these things are, and let us encourage the women more. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Can we hear from you what you would want to say to the women? Now that you've proven to us that males, men and women that were the same as far as having ability. In actual fact, in most cases, women even have more. Because when they talk about the things that women do, there are many things you people do that we can't do. How do you encourage them to forget these things and come out? Forget the tradition, the religion, and all these, and come out, because they will be supported.
Okay, I just want to encourage every woman out there that's interested in coming out for leadership positions. Please be bold about it. Embrace that desire and come out. Share with somebody that can encourage you to be able to come out for these positions. We need women like you, to come and, help out with the legislations and the leadership of the nation. So please don't hide behind. Don't let culture bring you down. Don't let religion hold you bound. Don't let anything hold you bound. As long as it's in your mind to do it, please come out, and then you'll be given the support. And we are just encouraged. That's the idea of this show today, to encourage women to come out for leadership position. And as we desire it, we will have it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is talking about the fact that she is a mental coach, mental health coach, and doing something special for us on the program today. Thank you so much, Taya Lani. And of course, she is a spiritual mother, as I have said. Good to have you again on the program.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you. Dudu, the political leader, let's hear you say something on a conclusive note.
Well, as a politician, and as a leader, I'm going to tell, I want women to understand that for the fact that you are on planet Earth with the men, God did not make a mistake. So if a man can be at the National or State Assembly and do things that constructively, say things, bring out bills that will promote the well-being of Nigerians, there's no way you as a woman cannot do that. We may have challenges in different areas. That is why this reserve seats bill wants to address some of these challenges. Now, there's an opportunity, if we get it right, to have this bill passed, and then we women will just contest, women only. So this is an opportunity. So I'm calling on female politicians, those that are already politicians and want to be, please begin to prepare, because we're trusting God that this bill will be passed. Okay. So begin to prepare. Come with your capacity, come with your knowledge, come with what you have, you know, and come and prove that women can play their part in making this country a better place for all of us. So please step out. Well, if you're not registered, please go and register with the political party.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is it. And of course, that has been Dudu Manuga. I hope I'm correct.
Yep.
Yes, and the national women leader of Labour Party. And this is how we'll be saying that it's always beautiful to get to find people do what they know is good and work on it and perfect it. That's what these two women have tried to show us today, and may we continue with that. And don't forget, always look out for that which you know you can do and be happy in. That's above all else. Not that you're being forced to do that. Anambra State has always been in the news for something good. Anambra is the first state that has had a female governor. Anambra State also is a state, I think the first state before we now had this accidental one that happened in Lagos, as a speaker of the House of Assembly. The woman was there for a long time. And so let it happen in your state. Support the women for greater glory to come. And this is how we'll be rounding off. I want to say thanks to all the fellows, colleagues with whom we've worked today and achieved a lot. Chukwu na Anueke, thank you so much. Sam Mwankwo, thank you. Bright Chukwebue, who doubled today. Chidera Obu, and a whole lot of other persons with whom we have worked. I want to thank all of you. Victor Adeye, Victor Chiza, and a lot of you. I'm grateful that we have done this work together, and the best is what we believe will spread across everywhere. May God bless all of us, and I'll say to you, may the very best happen to us all the time. Habib, thank you.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.